In the quiet town of Willow Creek, nestled between rolling hills and whispering woods, lived two adventurous sisters, Ruby and Holly. Their home, a charming old house passed down through generations, was a treasure trove of secrets waiting to be discovered. One rainy afternoon, driven indoors by the dreary weather, they decided to explore the one place they rarely ventured, the dusty, forgotten attic. Accompanied by their two loyal companions, the playful golden retriever Scout and the scruffy terrier Rex, they ascended the creaky wooden stairs. The air in the attic was thick with the scent of old wood and forgotten memories. Sunlight struggled through a single grimy window, casting long dancing shadows across piles of old furniture and forgotten relics. As their eyes adjusted to the dim light, they noticed a large object draped in a heavy, white sheet tucked away in the furthest corner. With a shared look of curiosity, they pulled the sheet away, revealing a magnificent, ornate grandfather clock. It was carved from dark, rich wood, with intricate patterns of vines and leaves winding up its sides. The clock's face was a masterpiece of brass and gold, its hands frozen in time. Intrigued by the silent sentinel, Holly reached out a tentative hand, her fingers tracing the delicate Roman numerals on the clock's face. The moment her skin touched the cool glass, a soft, ethereal glow began to emanate from within. The light pulsed, growing brighter and warmer, enveloping Ruby, Holly, and their bewildered dogs in a dazzling embrace. The attic around them seemed to dissolve, the dusty air replaced by a swirling vortex of shimmering colors and soft, humming sounds. It felt as if they were floating, untethered from time and space, pulled along by an unseen current. Scout whined softly, pressing close to Ruby's legs, while Rex let out a series of excited, muffled barks. The sensation was both thrilling and disorienting, a dizzying journey through a tunnel of light that seemed to stretch into infinity. The sisters clung to each other, their hearts pounding with a mixture of fear and exhilarating anticipation for what lay at the end of this magical passage. The brilliant light faded as quickly as it had appeared, leaving them blinking in the bright, unfiltered sunlight of a world entirely different from their own. They found themselves standing not in their dusty attic, but in the center of a vast, bustling castle courtyard. The air was filled with the clang of steel, the neighing of horses, and the chatter of hundreds of people. Towering stone walls loomed over them, adorned with vibrant flags that snapped in the breeze. Knights in gleaming armor strode purposefully across the cobblestones, their squires hurrying to keep pace. Ladies in elegant, flowing gowns strolled through manicured gardens, their laughter like music on the air. Ruby and Holly stood frozen, their modern clothes a stark contrast to the medieval attire surrounding them. Scout and Rex, equally stunned, looked around with wide eyes, taking in the sights and smells of a long-lost era. It was a living, breathing history book, a fairy tale brought to life right before their very eyes. Just as they began to absorb the sheer wonder of their surroundings, a familiar deep chime echoed through the air, seeming to emanate from the very fabric of the world around them. It was the sound of the grandfather clock, a resonant, powerful tone that cut through the noise of the courtyard. The world around them began to waver, the vibrant scene blurring at the edges, like a watercolor painting left in the rain. The sensation of being pulled returned, the vortex of light reforming, to whisk them away from the medieval castle. In an instant, they were back in the familiar, dusty quiet of their attic, the sunlight once again filtering through the single grimy window. They were all there, safe and sound, though their hearts were still racing from the adventure. As they looked at each other, their eyes wide with disbelief, Holly opened her hand. Clutched tightly in her palm was a small, colorful banner, its threads woven with the sigil of a dragon, a tangible, impossible souvenir from their journey into the past.